What's up gamers, Brian here for Good Gaming. Today we're talking about the TNT Panalo Phone 5G. This is a budget phone coming from TNT, a major cellular service provider in the Philippines. It's priced at just 3,990 pesos. And the big question is, can it hang? Spoiler alert, it might surprise you. Let's break it down. For 3,990 pesos, we're not expecting a lot on paper. Phones at this price usually handle basic tasks, calls, messaging, social media without issues. But gaming is a whole nother story. So when we heard this phone packs 5G, a Unisoc T765 processor, and a 90Hz display, we had to test it. The TNT Panalo Phone 5G comes with a 6.51-inch HD Plus IPS LCD display. It's not the sharpest resolution, but it does have a 90Hz refresh rate, which adds a little smoothness to scrolling and gameplay. Powering this phone is a Unisoc T765 chip built on a 6nm process. It's got 2 Cortex A76 cores for performance and 6 Cortex A55 cores for efficiency, paired with a Mali G57 MC2 GPU. There's a 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, which is a decent for the price. But you'll want to use the micro SD card slot if you plan to download multiple games. The phone runs Android 14, supports dual SIM with 5G, and has a 4000 mAh battery with 10 watts charging. It's not a fast charger, but it'll get the job done if you're not in a rush. Now, benchmarks. The Antutu score is 366,683, which is a solid for this price range. Geekbench 6 gives us 734 for single core and 1,890 for multi-core score. Again, not mind-blowing numbers but competitive for a budget phone. Now, let's get to the fun part, the gaming tests. For this review, we tested 5 popular games: Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt Unite, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and of course, Mobile Legends. Each game was set to default graphic settings, and we measured average FPS and surface temperature during our 30-minute gameplay sessions. FPS tells us how smoothly the game runs, while temperature shows how well the phone manages heat during gameplay. Let's dive into the results. Starting with Call of Duty Mobile, the phone delivered a consistent 60 FPS at 42 degrees Celsius. This was impressive. The gameplay felt smooth with no noticeable lag or stutters. Next up, Asphalt Unite. It averaged 45 FPS at 38 degrees Celsius. This isn't as smooth as CODM, but for a graphically intensive racing game, it's more than playable. Now, Genshin Impact. This game is a known hardware killer, and honestly, I wasn't expecting that much. But the TNT Panalo Phone 5G managed to hit 35 FPS at 39 degrees Celsius. There were occasional frame drops during heavy combat, but it's still playable, which is surprising for a phone at this price. Next is Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail followed a similar pattern. It averaged 30 FPS at 42 degrees Celsius. Again, there were slight dips during high action moments, but nothing unmanageable. Lastly, Mobile Legends. No surprises here. It ran flawlessly at 60 FPS with a temperature of 39 degrees Celsius. This is exactly what you'd expect for a less demanding game. Now let's talk about what the phone gets right. The Unisoc T765 processor is surprisingly capable. It handled both lightweight and demanding games better than expected, and the temperature stayed out manageable throughout our tests. Another big win is 5G support. If you're gaming on the go, having access to faster internet speeds is a huge plus. And while the 90Hz display isn't the sharpest in terms of resolution, the refresh rates adds a touch of smoothness to gameplay and general navigation. The price is, of course, the biggest selling point. For only 3,990 pesos, getting this level of performance is rare. The optimization on this device is impressive, especially for gaming. Now, the downsides. The display, while functional, isn't great. It's an HD plus IPS LCD panel, so don't expect vibrant colors or deep blacks. The visuals are fine for casual use, but if you're someone who loves crisp details, this might disappoint. The battery is another limitation. At only 4000 mAh, it's not that bad, but gaming drains it faster than I'd like. Couple that with 10 watts charging and you'll be waiting a while to top it back up. Lastly, storage. The 64GB of internal storage isn't enough for a couple of games, but modern titles like Genshin Impact and CODM eat up a lot of space. Thankfully, there's a micro SD card slot so you can expand it if needed. So, the question is, can this phone game? Absolutely. The TNT Panalo Phone 5G punches way above its weight for gaming. It handles popular titles like COD and Mobile Legends with ease, and even grapples with more demanding games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. TNT has done a great job optimizing the hardware to deliver a gaming experience that's accessible and reliable. If you're a casual gamer or just looking for a budget phone that can handle games, this is worth considering. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also visit our website gaming.yugatech.com for more gaming stuff, news, and reviews. This is Brian, and see you again on the next one.